Microsoft disputes the rumors of them paying $1 billion to attract Windows Phone OEMs. The LG G Flex has begun pre-orders in the United States, sort of. And rumors have already begun of the Sony Xperia Z2. I'm Jaime Rivera, and since it's starting to get cold, I'll probably skip a beer and just get some scotch. This is Pocket Now Daily. Let's start today off with some official news, as Sprint has already begun pre-orders for the LG G Flex, first carrier in the United States, though obviously not the biggest one. But as it turns out, for $299 after a 2-year contract, or $650 without a contract, which is really not crazy. You get the LG G Flex in the next coming weeks, and you can expect it in retail as of February 7th. Now, in another news, LG has also announced the G2 in limited edition red and gold, and it's not as glossy as the black and white models that we had, so let's hope that comes to the United States as well. Now let's talk about Samsung, as the company is reportedly working on bringing us better hovering sensitivity for their Galaxy lineup in 2014. This is coming on the Galaxy S5, and the company behind this is Synaptics, and apparently we're getting a better sensor, more sensitivity, and even passive S Pen input, which is something that I would rather see in action than really understand. But even though we're getting this in the Galaxy S5 and Galaxy Note 4, we just wonder, how much do you actually use hovering gestures, because I turn them all off. Now let's talk about Sony. Those of you interested in buying the Sony Xperia Z1, I think you should probably wait, as we get new reports of the Sony Xperia Z2 being announced at MWC in the next couple of weeks, which we will be there covering live. We are getting a beefier processor, more RAM, and just about everything, a bigger screen as well. But the biggest question, aside from Android 4.4 KitKat, is how else does Sony plan to differentiate this phone, aside from the fact that it needs a US carrier. So stay tuned for that. Let's see what we get. Now let's talk about Microsoft, as a lot of us are becoming impatient with Windows Phone 8.1. It hasn't been released yet. We get more reports on what to expect for their voice assistant. We know it's going to be called Cortana. We know it's based on Halo. But now apparently we're getting the voice of one of these Halo characters to serve as Cortana, which is an interesting report, since I don't know any other way that Cortana should work. But apparently that's what we're getting. We just don't know exactly when you'll be able to see this. We're expecting a demo at MWC 2014, so cross your fingers. And finally, for the interesting news of the day, Microsoft has decided to come clear about all the rumors of them spending $1 billion to attract OEMs for Windows Phone 8. As it turns out, Frank Shaw just came on Twitter from Microsoft saying no, they haven't spent that much amount of money, even though they bought Microsoft. All they've done is come into these contractual marketing agreements, which do make sense, even though Microsoft's ad company is terrible. But anyways, that leads me to the question of the day. Why do you think that Windows Phone has taken so long to take off, with so much money being dumped into the platform? In my particular case, honestly, everybody that I ask about Windows Phone, what do they think? They find it daunting. They don't like it. And we could see that in Windows 8. A lot of people don't like the Metro UI, tiled UI, as minimalistic and beautiful as Microsoft wants you to believe it is. And I know a lot of us like it. I like it, but a lot of people don't. The average user don't. So leave us a comment down below. Why do you think this is? And friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier or before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.